For years, as autumn's chill set in, I followed a familiar ritual, spreading homemade compost over my vegetable beds. It felt like tucking the garden in for winter, a final act of care. Each autumn, I'd haul barrow after barrow, convinced I was investing in next season's fertility. The beds looked neat, dark, and ready for winter. I never questioned this method. It was what every gardener seemed to recommend. But one cold, wet November, I paused mid-task. Rain pooled on the compost, soaking in slowly. I wondered, what is this compost actually doing now, in the cold, wet soil? The plants were gone, the soil cold, life retreated. Was this really the best time to apply such precious material? That moment of doubt changed everything. I started looking to nature for answers. In the woods, I saw no neat layer of compost, just a messy blanket of leaves, stems, and grasses. Nature's winter mulch was protective, not feeding. It wasn't about adding nutrients, but shielding the soil. Suddenly I realized, maybe I'd been getting the timing of my compost all wrong. That small hesitation sparked a new approach to winter gardening. I decided to rethink everything I thought I knew. Compost is the lifeblood of a healthy garden, no question. But the real issue isn't whether to use compost, but compost is alive, teeming with microbes and fungi. For them to thrive, they need warmth, moisture, and active roots. Think of compost like a hot meal. Serve it when the guests, plants, and microbes are awake and hungry, and it's devoured. That's spring and early summer when soil life is bustling. But serve it in winter when everything's dormant, and it just sits there, cooling off, its value fading. In winter, the soil's guests are asleep. The compost's magic is wasted. Timing is everything. I realized I'd been serving the feast when no one was at the table. The lesson: compost does the most good when the soil is alive and ready. Spring is the true season for feeding. Spreading compost in late autumn seems wise, but winter has other plans. As soil temperatures drop, microbial life slows to a crawl. Nutrients in compost aren't taken up, they're left exposed. Winter rains and snow leach these nutrients deep into the subsoil or wash them away. Earthworms, nature's compost mixers, retreat deep underground. The compost just sits on top, unintegrated. By spring, much of that rich layer has vanished, not absorbed, but lost. Some nutrients oxidize, some leach away. Years of effort gone with the winter weather. I realized my timing was robbing my garden of the very goodness I'd worked so hard to create. The lesson was clear. Winter is not the time to feed. The soil and its life are simply not ready. I needed a new approach. Soil is alive, but in winter, its rhythm slows. In spring and summer, microbes and worms are busy, breaking down matter and feeding plants. As temperatures drop, this activity fades. Microbial life hunkers down, conserving energy. The soil's focus shifts from growth to survival. Adding compost now is like offering a feast to a sleeping city. The result? Compost sits unused, sometimes smothering the soil. Winter rains can compact the surface, degrading structure. The soil isn't fed, it's stifled. The timing is simply wrong for feeding. The soil's slow winter dance calls for protection, not nutrition. I needed to work with, not against, this natural rhythm. My doubts led me to observe the forest floor. Nature's winter mulch is a loose, airy layer of leaves and stems. Its job isn't to feed, but to protect. This blanket shields soil from pounding rain, prevents erosion, and insulates against temperature swings. It preserves soil structure and offers refuge for overwintering creatures. The tough, carbon-rich debris breaks down slowly, releasing nutrients only as spring returns. Nature's system: protect first, feed later. I realized my winter goal should be protection, not feeding. Mimicking nature, I could shield my soil through winter's harshness. The forest floor became my new teacher. Inspired by nature, I changed my winter ritual. No more compost in autumn. Instead, I gathered leaves, chopped stems, and dried grass, Messy, carbon-rich materials. I spread a thick, loose layer over my beds, mimicking the forest floor. It looked untidy, but it felt right. Light, airy, and protective. My compost was stored in a covered heap, safe from winter rains. This preserved its nutrients and kept it from turning soggy. Autumn became about gathering leaves, not hauling compost. The garden looked wild, but I was confident I was working with the seasons. My soil was protected, not force-fed. The new approach was easier, more logical, and in tune with nature. I was finally letting the garden rest as it wanted, and I was ready for spring. Spring arrived, and I pulled back the leafy mulch. The soil beneath was dark, moist, and crumbly, alive with earthworms. The protective blanket had preserved structure and life. No compaction, no crust, just soft, friable earth, ready for sowing. Now was the time for compost. I uncovered my heap-rich, sweet-smelling, and nutrient-packed. I spread a thin layer over the beds, just before planting. The soil was warm, the life awake, the timing perfect. Plants grew with new vigor, soil held moisture, and my effort was rewarded. I was using compost efficiently, with better results and less work. The secret was simple: protect in winter, feed in spring. My garden thrived, and so did I. Timing had made all the difference. If you've already mulched with compost this winter, don't worry. Gardening is forgiving. There are no irreversible mistakes. You've simply used a good material at the wrong time. To protect your compost, add a thick layer of leaves, straw, or shredded cardboard on top. This acts as a protective cap, insulating the compost and slowing nutrient loss. It buffers against heavy rain, keeping goodness in place until spring. Think of it as putting a lid on the pot. Your meal is safe until the guests arrive. No need to undo your work. Just add another layer. Gardening is about learning, observing, and gentle correction. Every season is a chance to improve. Your garden will be just fine. This journey taught me that a gardener's best tools are observation and patience. For years, I followed advice without questioning or watching my own garden's response. Now I work smarter, not harder, aligning with nature's rhythms. Timing matters more than action. Compost in spring, when the soil is alive, is most effective. Let leaves and stems protect your soil in winter. Watch, listen, and learn from your garden. Don't be afraid to question old habits or experiment gently. The greatest wisdom is written in your own soil. Use your compost when it's most appreciated. Let nature guide your hand, and your garden will thrive.